out or taking it back towards the ball, and that's why they're in control.
Hits the ball underneath his eyes. So let's just have a look at this lovely piece of fielding knot. Like as a captain, you just scratch your head before this. It's World Cup. Let's try and bring your C game at least. You won't be happy with that. Just snatched at it. Lovely drive down the ground. Quinton de Kock at his best. He don't often hit him like that in that area. It's a lovely shot.
Beautiful shot again, full face on the bat. We talked before. It's always looking for the full ball and see the balance. Head still, full face on the bat. Didn't try to hit the ball out. Always relies on timing.
He does have a tendency to have a bit of a closed bat when he comes down to play the forward defence, but on this occasion, he's with his bottom hand, he's opened it up, he's kept it open. That's his steering wheel. And up and up, over the top. Oh, and that might have gone all the way, is it? I think it's a 4, so 14 off the over, it's 41 without loss. Well, let's say we've got plenty of tweets, and we really do appreciate your opinions and thoughts. So please keep them coming in at any stage. We're here for you. All the boys will answer them as well as we could. So, Melanesia, hashtag Select Sports. Brett Lee, what will you go to leverage to break a partnership? How often do you bowl variations?
Well, early on in my career, it used to be nose and toes. So bouncer, Yorker, and then you realise that you can't always scare batsmen at the top level. Divish Lakshman, Sachin Tendulkar, they're not phased by a ball at 150 k's. So you had to work on a different plan. And for me, when I think I became a better bowler was watching my Clemente and McGraw bowl line length the whole time. So to me, it was just that consistent line length was the best way to get a wicket.
Dot ball.
Through that partnership. But I think as the game went on, that bouncer then became that surprise ball because you haven't bowled every single ball. So that line length ball is a good way to break a punch.
Did you have the one at the back of the hand at any stage? Did you bowl try that much at all or not?
I tried, but look, it's a nice thing. I mean, you've got to practice these balls in the nets.
Ball start ball.
I have on occasions though, gents, where you're running a bowl and you're thinking bouncer Yorker, a slow ball, 6. You don't want that.
And so it's important to have the clarity of thought.
Yeah,
You run up when you're running and you know
Double,
where you
double,
pitch the
double.
ball, what's your target area.
One of these two guys and you want to break up a partnership, you've almost got the whole over summed up in your mind before you bowl the first ball. And yes, you have to adapt it, it can change.
That's Thomas, not the greatest piece of fielding. A big unit. Quite dive properly. Oh, that's a good delivery there.
Ball start ball.
Very fast across these wicket areas here. They're pitch 2. They use a lot of the square. A lot of pitches here they use actually for practice as well, don't they? They haven't got much land around the grounds, the old grounds, do they, DVS? So they use it there.
Double.
Shane Thomas misfielded there. Big Andre Russell, Kemo Roach. Geez, those two, particularly Roach. I thought, why isn't he opening the bowling? But they've got a team, haven't they, DVS, to hurt?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the experience of Chris Gale. You got Andrew Russell.
Double.
Quite excited about Hope. He's a fantastic batsman. Admire exciting left-hand
Ball
batsman.
start ball. 64.
The only area
65.
where I feel they lack depth is the spin department. Nurse is a good bowler. Fabian Allen is a good bowler, but they're not wicket-taking bowlers. They're more
Dot ball.
bowlers who can restrict the flow of runs, and that's something which is so important in England. In the middle overs, who are the bowlers who can pick up wickets? With the new ball, I think Ocean Thomas and Kemar Roach are handful. They're quick, they're sharp, they can be lethal. Not sure how much bowling Andrew Russell will do.
Ball start ball.
He's already hit Kawasha in the head in the practice match earlier.
Whether he'll be able to complete his quota of 10 overs or whether he'll be only bowling 5 or 6 overs in each match. Also managing his workload is very important.
I don't think, Lexi, that he's going to bowl his full 10 every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm
Dot ball.
okay with that because, he's there as a dominant all-rounder where, you might get a good 7 overs out of him You want to come in and get a good 50 or 60, so you don't want to make sure that you blow them out too early either, where he gets injured in the first couple of matches.
And that's something which they have to be mindful.
Ball start ball.
Load off Chris Gayle and Andrew Russell. Make sure they're playing each and every match in this World Cup. And on the 7th over, 46 without loss.
Well,
Single, single, single.
another stitch.
46 runs for 0 wickets. Over.
This particular over, and we actually brought back one of the best in the business, Scotty Storris. Outstanding. Brett, I'm sorry, mate, but I'm being told you're going to have to stay for another 8 overs. And of course, Matty Hayden, what a player he's been over the years. Scotty's been feeling in good company there with 2 Australians. Good to see Scotty, guys, and smiling. Look at him. Looks like he's got a gold tooth there, the big fella. So,
Ball start ball.
No, it's so important, these matches here, with trying to get that confidence that's required. It's a good deck. This pitch is what you expect at Bristol, isn't it? It nips around a little bit with the new ball, and if you get in, you can make some big runs here.
Yeah, it's like a postage stamp, as we see another fall there from Hashimamla. One of my favourite players to watch, certainly for South Africa, but just in the world in general.
4, 4, 4.
Timer of the ball. He's loved by his teammates. He is, they reckon, the least selfish player to ever play the game, Hashimamla.
Just love the way he followed through with his feet there. A lot of guys pull off the front foot, which he did a little bit, but watch his feet, the way he turns his body, rotates. Lovely technique.
Ball start ball.
So at the moment, you can see Cottrell just struggling, doesn't know where to bowl here. That's better, bowl there. That's the line where you need to bowl to him, just bowl there.
And he's a boundary hitter, Hashim Amla. Loves to play on the back foot, as we mentioned before, square on the wicket, both sides. And that's the advantage of players who are very risky. You can't keep them quiet. Would you try one more bouncer? Surprise him, get the fine leg up and have the square leg behind? Well, just create a doubt in his mind.
You could, but like if there's something in the wicket, I'll be more inclined to pitch the ball up and try and nick him off. The other thing you can do is that when the pitch rather is a little bit too paced, that's when you can bowl your slow ball bouncer.
Dot ball, dot ball.
And this is what we've seen so far. Green being the length, the good length. Short one there went 4 byes. And I reckon where you want to be, gents, is where that slot length is and where that length meets. You actually want to be on the cusp of that green in that red area. So you're living in the danger zone a little bit, but you're also giving yourself a chance to take a wicket.
Ball start ball.
He's only thinking about boundaries. Good point, VP. As you can see, he's
Dot
not
ball,
looking
dot
to
ball.
get a quick single on the offside or on the leg side. He uses the crease so well. That's been a hallmark of his career, getting forward or getting back. High elbow. Doesn't hit a lot of drives down the ground. And here, quickly onto the back foot, high elbow. Not many players have played that better than Hashimamla. And there he ramps it down the third.
Ball
man.
start ball.
The bowl too well. Their fielding has been woeful. And I'm being nice.
Well, that's why the West Indies of recent eras was so good. Let's have a look at the action though. Cottrell, strong man. Look at the legs on him like tree trunks. It's really just
what he
pace.
told him that ball.
Single, single, single.
Yeah, he's got such a big hand. I mean, it looks like a golf ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Just see there, slinger. Good follow through though. And if you get a little bit more pace, if he brings those hips through a bit stronger, pulls down hard with that right arm.
Does he have the ball a long way back in his hand?
I just think it's a massive.
Oh.
Ball start ball.
Sounds good, remember when you hit one in the middle. End of the over. 8 overs gone, 55 for no loss.
55 runs for 0 wickets. Over.
सारी दुनिया इंग्लिश क्रिकेट का ग्राउंड डिजाइन आईसीसी क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप 30 में से सिर्फ स्टार स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क और हॉटस्टार पर पंगा लेने का मौसम आ रहा है ये पंगा
Vivo Pro Kabaddi starts this July on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
Ball start ball. Ball start ball.
Bowling change for the West Indies, Shannon Gabriel coming in to replace Jason Holder. And that's a great shot, real strong zone, isn't it? Quinton Cock loves the short ball. Matty Hayden. A lot of class about the South African side. I think that's why people are still thinking they will be there or thereabouts. But what do you think is the reason why South Africa perhaps aren't as fancied in this tournament, perhaps as much as they have been going into previous recent editions of this World Cup?
Maybe the fact that they just miss a world-class player like ABD, to really shore up that top order. These two are magnificent and have been for their entire careers. Solid opening partnership here forming. But I think that's
Dot ball,
probably
dot
the
ball.
only reason. Maybe the fact that they have a very good leg spinner as well in Imran Tahir, but maybe another option, a slower pace bowler option. They've got all their bases covered though, Scotty. They're huge opportunity. I think with their ball in hand, South Africa.
Ball start ball.
Pacers. We're going to see another one here come into his own today, and Dale Steyn, who's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I'd beware, Scotty, if I was playing in this World Cup. I would be certainly very aware of the fact that South Africa.
Well, what they do have is,
Dot ball, dot
as
ball.
you mentioned, they've got some really good pace. Giddy, Kagisa Rabada, Dale Steyn, just to mention a few. I mean, that is a seriously good, and experience as well. You got some youth there with that raw pace and that energy, and then you got the guile and you got the experience of Dale Steyn. So
Ball start ball.
The bases are pretty much covered. If you were to play someone like Aiden Markham though, with
What the rain is looking like it is coming in, so maybe just moving across from Cardiff. Shannon Gabriel getting through just 2 deliveries. And, so enough for now. Maybe time to just protect the covers. Put those covers on, and the crowd, the umbrellas are up, and the ground staff straight away are saying, let's just cover this up to make sure that if the rain does stop, we can get back out there and get things underway pretty quickly.
it's been disappointing.
that's at England.
Won the toss and decided to bowl on a wicket, and it's right up front. They're going at almost 7 and over. They've been both sides of the wicket. They've been all over the shot with their lengths. There's been nothing consistent whatsoever about West Indies bowling performance against 2 very good batsmen.
Yeah, we'll come back to that West Indies side, but just listening to the South African team that you're dissecting and talking about, and maybe why they haven't been, they're fancied without being one of the out-and-out favourites for this tournament. But this is the side that they've got here for this year's Cricket World Cup 2019. And we all know the class of Faf du Plessis, Hashim Amla, Quinton de Kock, but it's the rest of that top order through to number 7 where I think questions can be asked. I think it's been a while since we've seen good performances out of JP Duminy, David Miller. We saw him a pretty average IPL, and even though he's been better for South Africa, you get a feeling, or I do anyway, in my view, that if South Africa are to do well, they need more out of David Miller in the middle. Aiden Markram's a young bit of a superstar in South Africa, so while he's light on experience, there's still a lot of, a lot of talent.
Depth there.
And then it's the Ndili Paplakwe as well, who's almost a link. He's a seam bowling all-rounder, but he'll probably start anyway in front of someone like Chris Morris due to the fact that Morris was a late replacement into the side. So Paplakwe may well get that first opportunity as the all-rounder, and the link between the class of the bowling and in some ways the unknown of the middle order batting which South Africa possess for this tournament.
And the thing with the Sappers too is that their coach, Otis Gibson, he could bowl. So they're in very good hands there. And I keep going back to Dale Steyn, his experience. He could also be a bowling coach, per se, for South Africa. So I'm not worried about their batsmen. I'm not worried about their top 5 or 6. South Africa, they're great in the field. To me, it's their bowling. And if they get these 3 guys with raw pace to come in and bowl, saying I didn't have to be my top 4, but I'm quickly changing tune. I reckon with South Africa.
It's an interesting one too because it's the balance of the side.
Rain stops
South Africa
play.
Over the years, you played, or we all played against South Africa, where you had Pollock, you had Callis, Klusner, well, just thinking of the all-rounders, which were enabled to balance of South Africa to really lengthen that batting lineup. I'm just looking at the South African side in front of me. If Pekmakwa bats at 7.